And now shifting focus to the war in Europe, Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky has thanked the United States after the House of Representatives approved more military aid for Kyiv. The new package, worth over $61 billion, will include air defense systems, mid to long-range missiles, and artillery shells. Now the bill, which was stalled for almost 6 months, moves to the Senate this week, and if ratified, President Joe Biden will sign it as early as next week. America's NATO allies are hoping that there will be no further delay in sending the military aid to Ukraine.
Apart from the aid we brought about and mobilized in Europe, this is now a very clear message. A message, by the way, also to the Russian president, not to count on being able to sit out this war because the support from Europe or the United States would wane. It won't. We can hope for that now, so this is good news. And I'm obviously waiting, just like everyone else, for the Senate to take this necessary decision.
Ukrainian troops say the war would have been tipped in their favor if only the bill had been passed earlier.
If they had passed earlier, we would have lost a bit less ground. We could have maybe taken back some ground. If we already tried that hard with such a small amount, some of that equipment is what the Russians leave behind when they retreat, and we use it against them. If they had passed it back then, it would have changed the situation dramatically.
Now, Russia has vowed to increase the intensity of attacks on Ukraine after the military aid bill was passed by the House of Representatives. And Moscow has also accused the United States and other NATO members, including France and Germany, of conducting hybrid warfare in Ukraine. Russia says that the United States and its Western allies are pushing the limits of a nuclear war.
The
Westerners are teetering dangerously on the brink of a direct military clash between nuclear powers, which is fraught with catastrophic consequences. Of particular concern is the fact that it is the troika of Western nuclear states that are among the key sponsors of the criminal Kyiv regime, the main initiators of various provocative steps.
Meanwhile, Vladimir Putin has called the United States' involvement in Ukraine a humiliation and equated it to Washington's failures in both Vietnam and Afghanistan. Now, while final passage of the aid bill is just days away, it may still take weeks before Ukraine receives deliveries of these weapon systems. But when it does, it will be a much-needed boost to its forces fighting the Russian onslaught. From impeachments to inaugurations, if it's a political story, we are on the scene. The race for the White House is heating up.
We're beating Biden.
How dare he say that?
If it's breaking news, we're live with the latest coverage. From the White House, the State Department, and Capitol Hill, we know the issues, but above all, we know the players to bring you the latest in-depth analysis on all the key stories that we're covering. I'm Eric Ham. Join me from Washington here on Firstpost America.